My friend thought it was a simple favor. Just a bag, he said, handed to him by someone he trusted. Give it to the man at the next station, his friend said. Simple enough. But inside that bag were illegal drugs, and when the police discovered them, everything collapsed. No one helped him, not the friend who gave him the bag. He denied it. No excuses, no rescue, just arrest, just walls, just 5 years in prison, 5 years stripped of freedom, 5 years facing the harshest truth life can deliver. In the moments that define you, no one will save you but yourself. Think about that. The person you trust most can vanish in an instant. The world keeps moving outside, indifferent, and you are left with one choice: endure it, confront it, survive it, alone. This isn't just a story about crime or betrayal. It's a mirror of life itself. Every time we depend on someone else, friends, lovers, family, society, for safety, validation, or meaning, we are building on illusions. When reality strips them away, the truth is unavoidable. We are utterly alone. Sartre called this being condemned to be free. Condemned because freedom is terrifying. Terrifying because when no one else holds your life in their hands, every choice, every mistake, every consequence is yours alone. My friend could rage, blame, or cry, but in his cell, facing the silence, he had no choice but to endure. Alone. And this is life. The moment of confrontation comes for everyone, sometimes small, sometimes brutal. Waiting for loyalty, for understanding, for someone to carry your weight, and realizing no one can. Solitude isn't temporary. It isn't a phase. It is inevitable. The moment you accept it, the moment you stop hiding, the moment you face the raw truth, is the moment you begin to live. Because in the end, the only person who truly matters, the only one who will always be with you, is you. We spend our lives chasing people. Approval from friends, validation from lovers, recognition from strangers online. Likes, comments, heart reactions, all tiny mirrors reflecting a version of ourselves we hope is enough. We call it connection. We call it friendship. We call it love. But most of the time, it's an illusion. Think about the last time someone promised they'd be there for you. Maybe a colleague said, "Don't worry, I've got your back." Maybe a friend swore, "I'll always help you." Or someone you trusted handed you a favor, a small gesture, that later destroyed you. My friend, carrying that bag, thought he could trust someone else. He thought connection was enough to keep him safe. He learned the truth the hardest way possible. In life's critical moments, people disappear. Even the people closest to us can betray us. Not necessarily out of malice, but because human beings are unpredictable, selfish, weak, focused on themselves, and the moment reality hits, no one stands between you and your consequences. Think about relationships. How many times have you trusted someone with your heart only to watch them walk away when life became inconvenient? Or how many times have you counted on a friend only to realize their loyalty ended at convenience? Social media makes it worse. Endless feeds of smiling faces, adventures, achievements. While you sit in your room, comparing, hoping, wishing. You begin to believe connection exists because you see it online. You believe support exists because people comment. But these connections are shadows, mirrors, temporary illusions, and the deeper you invest in them, the more fragile your sense of self becomes. You borrow meaning, you borrow courage, you borrow confidence, and when the borrowed support vanishes, you face the terrifying reality: you are alone, and always have been. Sartre called this the condition of existence. Freedom and responsibility are inseparable. We are free, yes, but that freedom is terrifying because it's ours alone to bear. Other people cannot live it for us. Other people cannot take our consequences. My friend in prison understood this truth fully. The friend who handed him the bag, the world outside, it didn't matter. All that mattered was him facing the consequences alone. This isn't meant to make life feel hopeless. It's meant to make you awake, to stop pretending connection is your shield, to stop borrowing meaning from others. True connection is rare, fleeting, and never enough to carry your existence. It's the illusions that keep us trapped, the lies we tell ourselves. I am safe. I am supported. I am understood. And when life tests you, those illusions shatter. The question is, will you continue chasing shadows? Or will you finally accept that true strength, true freedom, comes from standing alone? Because the moment you stop leaning on illusions, the moment you stop borrowing courage, the moment you embrace solitude, you step into a power almost no one understands. If this feels heavy, it's because once you accept that you are alone, you are also free. Not the kind of freedom society sells. Weekend trips, fleeting pleasures, validation from strangers, but the raw, unfiltered, terrifying kind. The kind Sartre called a condemnation. Condemned to be free. Think about it. When no one else controls your life, when no friend, lover, boss, or parent dictates your choices, you are the master of your destiny. Every decision, every action, every consequence is yours. My friend in prison, he could rage, he could cry, he could hate the world. But no one could live that sentence for him. It was his, only his, and in that realization, he found a power most people never feel. Now imagine your own life. How often have you acted out of fear of judgment? How often have you chosen what someone else wanted instead of what you truly needed? How often have you borrowed courage from others only to discover that when it mattered, that courage didn't exist? Being truly alone strips all that away. No excuses, no masks, no borrowed meaning, just you and your choices. And here's the brutal part. Freedom without guidance is terrifying. The world doesn't provide a manual. No one tells you which path to take, which decision is right, which mistake will ruin you. You are unprotected, you are exposed, and yet this exposure is the birthplace of authenticity. This is where real strength grows. Consider the people society calls successful. Most of them aren't impressive because of wealth or fame. They are impressive because they faced the terrifying solitude of responsibility and acted anyway. The entrepreneur who built a business from nothing, knowing failure meant ruin. The artist who created a masterpiece, knowing critics could destroy their reputation. The prisoner who survived years of isolation and emerged with a mind sharper, a soul stronger, and a vision of life clearer than ever. That is the freedom of being alone. This freedom is intoxicating but dangerous. Most people run from it. They cling to the illusion of connection, to comfort, to distraction, but those who embrace it, they are unstoppable. Alone, they own their failures. Alone, they own their victories. Alone, they become the architect of their existence. Sartre's truth is ruthless. No one will save you. And the more you understand this, the heavier the responsibility becomes, but also the more power you hold. To live unconstrained by others' expectations, to define your values, to act according to your vision, not borrowed ideals. The key is to step into the solitude willingly, not out of despair, to feel the weight of it, to acknowledge the fear, and to move forward anyway. Freedom is a punishment. Freedom is a blessing. Freedom is terrifying and magnificent. Because the moment you fully accept that you are alone, that no one can carry your life for you, you step into a world few people ever dare to live in. And in that world, everything is possible. If this message is hitting you, if it's making you pause and feel something, take a moment and subscribe. Not because I promise answers, but because here we don't hide from reality. We face it, together, even if you are alone. Because once you embrace the truth of your solitude, life begins to transform. It's not instant, it's not easy, but the changes are profound. Pain turns into clarity, fear turns into courage, weakness turns into strength. My friend, after years in prison, didn't just survive. He emerged with a mind sharper, a spirit harder, and a vision clearer than anyone who had walked beside him on the outside. That's the power of embracing your aloneness. When you stop borrowing meaning from others, when you stop leaning on validation, when you stop chasing shadows, something shifts inside. You start to act for yourself, make decisions for yourself, build your life on your terms. The career you pursue, the risks you take, the passions you follow, they're no longer dictated by what others expect. They are yours, fully, and that is intoxicating. The transformation is subtle at first. You notice it in small ways. Refusing to apologize for your choices, speaking your truth even when others disagree, sleeping peacefully without needing someone else to approve your worth. Then it grows, shaping your character. The world starts to feel less like a stage where you perform for others, and more like a canvas where you paint your life with authenticity. Yet this transformation is not for everyone. Most people cling to comfort, to approval, to the illusions of safety. They never taste the raw power that comes from standing alone. They never feel the surge of freedom that arises when fear no longer controls them. But for those who do, life becomes addictive. Every action, every choice, every victory carries weight, but it also carries meaning. Real meaning. And here's the paradox. The more alone you are, the more connected you feel. To yourself, to reality, to the raw essence of life. You no longer hide behind distractions or masks. You no longer fear judgment because you understand the only approval that matters is your own. And suddenly, life is no longer something that happens to you. Life becomes something you actively shape, something you own, something magnificent. So pause for a second. Consider what it would mean to stop running, to stop relying on others for courage, for meaning, for identity, to face the truth that you are alone, and to use that as your greatest advantage. That is the transformation. That is freedom. That is power. The truth is simple, yet most refuse to face it. Life doesn't owe you anything. People won't save you. Circumstances won't bend in your favor. And when the moment comes, when everything is stripped away, you're left with only yourself, alone. But this isn't a curse. It's the key. The moment you accept it, you step into a reality most never dare to live. You stop depending on approval. You stop borrowing courage. You stop pretending the world will protect you. And in that space, stripped of illusions, something remarkable happens. You gain control. Real control. Imagine making decisions purely for yourself, choosing a path because it resonates with your truth, not because society applauds it. Facing fear head-on because no one else will do it for you. Pursuing your passions without waiting for permission. Living your life as an unshakable force. Because the only validation that matters is your own. It's not easy. Solitude tests you constantly. The world will try to pull you back into its illusions. Friends will betray you. Lovers will leave. Society will judge. But each time, if you stand firm, you grow stronger. Each moment of isolation becomes a forge, shaping your mind, your spirit, and your character. My friend survived 5 years in prison alone, and he emerged more awake, more resilient, more alive than ever. This is what embracing solitude does. And here's the subtle truth few understand. When you stop running from being alone, you actually connect more deeply with life, with ideas, with creativity, with reality itself. The illusion of dependency vanishes, leaving clarity. You see the patterns of people, the truths of life, the fleeting nature of existence, and you operate from a place of strength, not fear. So, pause. Reflect. Ask yourself, how much of your life are you spending chasing validation, leaning on others, living for approval? How much of it could be yours if you finally embrace the truth? That being alone is not emptiness, but freedom, not weakness, but power, not a punishment, but the most profound gift life can give you. If this video made you stop and think, if it challenged you to confront your own solitude and responsibility, subscribe. Not for comfort, not for distraction, but to commit yourself to the journey of truth. Here, we face reality head-on, together, even if it feels like we are alone. Because the harshest truth is also the most liberating. You are alone, and once you accept it, everything changes.